Hi everybody, welcome to Monday's TNT. Just a quick introduction that at the end of the program today, I'll be just giving a bit of an explanation about what happened to me at the doctor's yesterday. I know a lot of people have been interested in what happened with my eye, so I'll give you a bit of an explanation at the end of today's program. Let's get started with Monday's TNT. Welcome to Monday's TNT, a brand new week. Now, last week we had the story about Europeans being given a possible 60-day visa waiver. Now, we don't really have many more facts, but we do have a little bit more context this morning. Let's see what's happening with that one. And BangkokPost.com reports that the government mulls 90-day visas for European visitors. Now, we still don't know exactly what European visitors are. Let's see what it says. Thailand may waive visa requirements for travellers from more European countries and is lining up hundreds of cultural and sporting events as it works to induce holidaymakers to stay longer and spend more. Now, most European countries already have a visa waiver or a visa exemption. In other words, they get their visa when they come into Thailand with a stamp, but they don't have to pre-apply for it. They just arrive. It's called a visa waiver. It says the government's discussing a plan to let tourists of some European nationalities stay as long as 90 days. And a top aide to the Thai Prime Minister says there'll also be about 3,000 events like music concerts, marathons and other cultural festivities organised through to the next year to draw tourists. And the Prime Minister has identified tourism as a quick win to accelerate Thailand's economic growth. His administration has temporarily waived visa requirements for travellers from Russia, China, Kazakhstan, India and Taiwan. Well, just to correct that, Russia already had a visa waiver. Their 30-day stay has, however, been extended to 90 days already. And he's ordered airlines to add more routes while streamlining airport operations to cut waiting time for visitors. And the government plans to allow nightlife entertainment venues in some areas of Bangkok, Phuket, Chiang Mai and Chonburi to operate until 4 a.m. starting on December the 15th. And in 2019, the country saw record foreign arrivals, almost 40 million. And just a bit further down there, as of November the 12th this year, Thailand's welcomed 23.2 million foreign tourists and received some 981 billion baht in foreign tourist receipts. This means it's currently tracking about 12% below the 2019 per-trip spending benchmark. So we've got statistics on spending and arrival numbers, and they're saying the spending is down about 12% on a per tourist basis. But I just did a quick calculation, and 40 million tourists in 2019, we assume it's going to be around about 25 million this year. And that means it's down about 38% compared to 2019. So the spending is down some 12% and the arrivals are down some 38%. So that means that the people that are arriving now are spending more. Is that because the prices are higher? Is that because of the places they come from? So I don't know. What are your thoughts on why the spending is down a lot less than the actual arrivals coming to Thailand at the moment? Further in that article, the Secretary-General to the Premier said, "We will design more attractions and promotions to incentivise tourists to stay longer. Longer stay, more events to attract them, more fun on the nightlife scene. This is how we're planning for tourists to spend more." So we still don't know who those other European countries are, but it looks like they were talking 60 days last week. Now they're talking 90 days. So it looks like some European countries are going to have up to a 90-day visa waiver stay here in Thailand. But as of now, we simply don't know the details. A bit later on in the program, we'll talk about an event that was partially organised by our sponsor 5 Star Marine and involved the cleanup of one of the islands to the southwest of Phuket. southeast of Phuket, Koh Racha Noi. So we'll find out about what happened and how they went. In the meantime, there's been a few earthquakes. We reported last week some earthquakes in Myanmar, which were felt quite strong in Thailand. Well, this one, earthquake hits Kanchanaburi on Sunday morning, as reported by Thai PBS World. And it says an earthquake measuring 4 on the Richter scale hit Sangkla district of the western province of Kanchanaburi at about 3 a.m. on Sunday morning. The epicentre of the tremor was located about 6 kilometres below ground and caused by the movement of the Three Pagoda fault line. And further down there on Friday, 13 hospitals and over 30 school buildings in Chiang Mai and Chiang Rai sustained minor cracks as a result of a 6.7 magnitude earthquake in Myanmar's Shan state. So some more tremors up there in the northwest of Thailand following the tremors in the northeast of the Myanmar Shan state last week. We can probably expect a few more in the short term. Now to last week's murder in Bangkok of a Taiwanese citizen. This is from calsotenglish.com. One of 4 Taiwanese murder suspects escaped Thailand. It's talking about the murder of a 48-year-old Taiwanese citizen who was found tied up and beaten in his hotel room on November the 16th in Bangkok's Bang Na district. And a 21-year-old Burmese man and a 40-year-old Cameroonian were arrested by Bang Na police on November the 18th and were sent to court with a request for detention for 12 days with an objection to bail due to the seriousness of the case. And during the questioning, the Burmese man confessed to killing the Taiwanese man, but the Cameroonian denies it. And there are 2 other suspects, a Vanuatu Iranian male who fled the country and a Thai woman from the Ratchaburi province, for whom police have requested an arrest warrant. And then the story, which just seems to have been translated from a Thai story without much editing, goes through the particular case. But it says, according to police, during the interrogation of the Burmese suspect, it was discovered that the white suspect claimed to be an American, but he actually has 2 nationalities, Vanuatu and Iran. He'd already departed the country following the incident, which officials will follow up in the next international steps. As I said, it's just a poor translation. But that's a few more details about that Taiwanese murder in Bangkok last week, and it looks like police know exactly who is involved and tracking down some additional suspects, which at this time appear to have left the country. Moving on to our next story, and much happier news from Thai PBS World, and Nicaragua wins first Miss Universe crown. Now, the way it's been reported mostly in Thailand, you would have thought Miss Thailand had won Miss Universe, but no. And the story says Nicaragua wins the title of Miss Universe 2023 in a historic crowning moment filled with glamour and tears of joy. And then a bit further down, Thailand's Antonia Porsid was named the first runner-up, and Morea Wilson of Australia was the second runner-up. Not quite sure why they don't just say they came second and third. But wow, did it take over Thai social media? We go to nationthailand.com. Thailand's Antonia finishes second as Nicaraguan is crowned Miss Universe. Millions of people from around the world were glued to their TV screens on Sunday, and hashtag Miss Universe Thailand 2023 and the name of Antonia in Thai became the top 2 Twitter, well, that's X now, trends in Thailand through Sunday morning. By 11 a.m, Miss Universe Thailand 2023 was stated in over 1.47 million tweets. Are they still called tweets, or are they called X's now? I don't know. Anyway, the 23-year-old Nicaraguan, a model and social developer, became the first Nicaraguan to win the title. And there's the photos of the top 3 from left to right. You've got Thailand, Australia and Nicaragua. And from Calsot English, Antonia said, "I'm sorry I couldn't bring the crown home for us." And the PM tweeted, "Don't be disappointed. We did our best." Well, she may as well have won for all the media coverage she got yesterday. I'm sure she'll be given a rousing welcome when she gets back to Thailand. Thanks for joining us on our TNT, first day of a working week, and please subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate your support as we try to bring you all the main news stories and a little bit of other stuff from around Thailand. We now go to the burning question of what's happening with those Thai, I suppose you'd call them hostages, who have been held or at least barreled up in that gambling online scam town of Lao Kang in Myanmar. Let's get the latest. And Calcit English on their Facebook page says the Ministry of Foreign Affairs assisted an additional 266 Thai individuals in Lao Kang, northern Myanmar, across the Chinese border on November the 19th in coordination with the Chinese government and the Emmanuel Foundation. They sent a bus to pick up Thai citizens in Lao Kang and transport them to the China-Myanmar border, and then Thai Ministry of Foreign Affairs officers and Consul General officials will immediately transport Thai citizens back to Thailand. Earlier, Myanmar sent 41 Thai people rescued from Lao Kang City back to Thailand via Chiang Rai province on November the 18th. So this is all part of a bit of a change of fortune for the Burmese army, as there seems to be quite a lot of success on the side of the rebel groups at the moment, and the Thais now escaping from some of those skirmishes up there in northeastern and northern Myanmar. So a bit of a big clean-up yesterday on one of the islands around Phuket. There are some 32 islands around Phuket, and some of them get covered in trash each year during the monsoon as it just sort of washes up on the beaches. But a big effort from some of the people involved with 5 Star Marine. I'll let Sean Stenning from 5 Star Marine tell you what happened.
We had 3 boats full of volunteers go to Racha Noi. They were cleaning all the way through to 4:30 this afternoon. They filled the entire 3-engine boat full of rubbish related from plastic to fishing nets to general waste. The entire beach is now clean. We'd like to say thank you to Sun-Kissed Yachting here in Phuket for their support, to Red Dorado for their support, to Phuket Boat Lagoon for their support, to Phuket Photography Tours for their support. So the Mayor of Gokgale sent trucks, government trucks, to help move the rubbish and sort it so that it could be disposed of. So thank you to him. Also thank you to all the volunteers who turned up and all the support we received from both yourself and local Thai media in covering this effort.
So thanks for all those people that turned up and got involved. A big effort and, well, a nice clean Koh Racha Noi now. Well, just an interesting story I found over the weekend, published in the PattayaNews.com, seems to bring about more questions than it provides answers, but I thought it was interesting and I'd like to pass it on. Thai Prime Minister addresses Thai Airways crisis and lack of direct flights to the USA. It says the Thai Prime Minister held a meeting with the Thai community in the US. The issue has been raised on a Thai Airways crisis, on always making no profit, and that there are no direct flights from Thailand to the United States. And the Prime Minister is quoted as saying the Thai Airways crisis has long been an issue, especially due to the COVID pandemic, as the airline invested a massive amount of money to survive. Well, this was during the time when, of course, the airline was grounded. It went into bankruptcy and a lot of deposits were not returned. And SATA further stated it's impossible for the state enterprise system to process and work as quickly as the public may wish, as he used to work in a similar enterprise. Well, it's no longer a public enterprise, it's now a private company, still has a lot of state ownership, but it is a private company these days. And then further down there it says the International Civil Aviation Organization has red flagged Thailand for over a decade after the FAA downgraded Thailand's aviation standards from Category 1 to Category 2. I wasn't aware of that particular fact, and currently this presents an issue where Thai commercial airlines cannot fly into the United States. However, on behalf of the government, flights can be operated from Thailand to the United States. Well, that's why the Prime Minister travelled to and from the United States for the APEC meeting on Thai Airways. And to lift the red flag, the Thai government needed to rectify regulations according to ICAO benchmarks. Furthermore, Thai Airways needs to calculate initial budgets and demands as a flight to the US has a high cost. So you end up reading that article with a lot more questions than answers. So I'd like to find out exactly what's happening with Thai Airways and if it's been red flagged and if it can't legally at the moment fly into the US. Hence the reason there are no US flights. I've heard lots of other reasons and excuses, but I haven't heard that particular explanation in the past. To this rather odd story I just found while scrolling through the Calsod English Facebook page, and it says the video clip, which went viral on Sunday, shows a foreign man floating in the middle of the sea amid heavy gusts and huge waves, around 3.7 kilometres from Pattaya's beach. Later, a passenger boat helped him get out of the sea. And then further down, 7:15 a.m. on November the 19th, the skipper of the boat chose to stop the boat and throw a rubber ring to assist the foreign man in boarding. Oh, that's nice of him to stop and pick him up. And then took him to the beach at Khao Lan. When the boat arrived at the island, the man walks with the other tourists. He didn't even get the chance to ask how he ended up floating in the middle of the water. So exactly who is this man? What was he doing 3.7 kilometres off the coast of Pattaya Beach? I imagine we'll probably find out more in the Pattaya news over the next 24 hours. Thank you for watching. As I said at the start of the program, if you want to know what was going on with my eyes over the weekend, there's an explanation at the end of this video. But for now, please subscribe. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. So, just a quick explanation of what happened, and glad to report that my eyesight is 100% again. Here I am just some, 6 or 7 hours after I had the procedure. It's called a YAG laser, and it's a correction that's done sometimes after people have cataract surgery. I had this surgery 4 years ago. I had multifocal lenses put into my eyes so that I never have to wear glasses again. One of the possible side effects, though, is that you may, about 25% of people have this, you may have to have a correction which is called a PCO, a post-capsular opacification correction, usually in the weeks and the months after the first procedure. But in my case, it happened 4 years later, and it came on very suddenly and only in this eye. So I rushed down to the doctor and they did the checks and they said, yep, you got PCO. He knew within about 2 seconds of having a look inside my eyes. So today, had my eyes dilated. They gave me a bit of topical anaesthetic. It only took about 3 or 4 minutes. Definitely not painful, but a little bit uncomfortable. Only went for a short time, and quite bright lights and going zap, 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 and you're hearing click, click, click. And I suppose it's more happening up in your mind where you're thinking, I know what's going on at the moment. He's burning tissue inside my eye. Anyway, it's all corrected itself, and the doctor said, yep, everything looks fine. So, good result, good outcome, back to my usual 20/20 vision. So now you know. I appreciate all the people that were concerned. Yeah, I was concerned myself because my eyesight is so important to the work that I do every day. So I appreciate all those messages, and it's onward and upward. Thanks for watching.